Hello trainers, Ganeto here and join me today in my final video about Master League Premier Classic. We're having a lot of action with a fantastic line, able to go pretty tough against the enemy with our Florges upon the lead. Whatever they have, you can see that even against the steel types, you can have kinda the upper hand. Gonna get there now to the Moonblast and try to catch a drill run on the Gyarados. Can we do that successful trainers? And boom! Oh my goodness, we cannot. So a lot of damage with that Rock Slide. Doesn't matter though, we're expecting the counter switch and it is gonna burn the face of the Florges. Down we go to that Pokemon, but to be honest, we are on a very good spot because now we can still go with that Moonblast pressuring even more that Pokemon, that enemy Florges, and I want to believe that my Excadrill can have the upper hand on the sweeping scenario. I want to have that shield advantage for sure, no matter what, if I want to have any chance at all with my Excadrill on that battle. So gotta block the Moonblast. We do that successfully, and right now I'm pretty sure I can land this drill run. This will not knock out, but still gonna put the Florges on a farmable point, and I'm pretty sure this cannot be a Moonblast. That was too early. They return to the battle with their Excadrill. We have a lot of energy to spare. Here comes the first one. Can we get to another one before they get to theirs? Because they sealed the first one, and now we're just gonna farm down. That was awesome. What lies at the back, trainers? Are we gonna learn today? Because I'm expecting the Florges to be sacked at some point with our moves, and it is gonna be the Metagross. Big play here, and we're just gonna get there to the double drill run before they get their Florges into play. And I'm pretty sure that this Pokemon now is energy dry so that we can farm down with our Matshots. Crazy first battle here, and let's move forward into the next one with a very good lead against this Garchomp. At the switch, we are met up with the Magnezone, so I cannot switch out immediately. I want to catch a move on my Excadrill. As you saw there, I tried to tap on the Excadrill, but I was always late. So after that really bad play, I'm just gonna throw in there now my Excadrill after I spent the shield on a matchup that otherwise I wouldn't. But anyways, gonna try and farm down here because I know that they cannot destroy me down with those moves. Able to do that. Down goes the Magnezone, and now I have a lot of energy to spare. Actually, I have 100 energy to spare, so one for that Garchomp and one more for it. They have to start blocking. They want to have that Garchomp alive and well because they cannot farm down for sure. Here comes the third one and the final one from my Excadrill, because down we go, but still we can survive this next move since it's gonna be for sure a Santum. They did not do a lot of those Dragon Tails. Dragon Tail has a worse energy gain for those moves for the Outrage and the Earth Power, so we know that, and that could only have been something like a cheap move, something like a Santum. So at this point we're just gonna land the big move, the Crunch, for big damage on the Metagross. Down they go, and of course they back out. Metagross in the next one as a lead. You hate to see it with this line, so we're just gonna get out of there to our safe switch Gyarados, and this is why Gyarados is gonna be such an amazing asset for this team. Gonna get those waterfalls up, which are resisted, but the Outrage isn't. Big damage on that Dragonite. Down it goes, and now let's see how they can respond to that, because Metagross can always return to the battle, but now we have the upper hand with our Excadrill doing some solid work against that Pokemon. Gonna press a drill run, so that means that they won the CMP. Gotta block the big move, the Earthquake. That was really huge because now they spent more energy on my shield, and that is looking pretty awesome. We just need to land one more drill run. They come in with their Gyarados, so things are looking so good for me right now. But guess what? I will just take those moves and try to come as close as possible against this Gyarados, because I know they want to farm me down with that Metagross. Hydro Pump connecting, trying to get there on the Disarming Voice, and I fall down with 100 HP. That was not good, and to be honest, that was FPS drop as you saw there, but it doesn't matter at all. Now I'm just gonna go for the Rock Slide, and they managed to catch, so they took advantage of that lag, and right now they played it so good with that catch. That was their win con, and of course they managed to pull through. An amazing battle by this trainer, but I believe that with without that FPS drop. If I could spend that last energy, I could have the upper hand, doesn't matter though. In the next one, well played to the previous trainer, and now the body slams can be taken with our Florges. They decide to go out of there to their Tokigis, and guess what, trainers? We got a steel type Pokemon that can also be served as an anti-flyer. One the Rock Slide for almost done half, for sure almost done half for that Tokigis. Ancient Power here can be taken. I was pretty sure that was Ancient Power because they did it before the 9th charm. So right now you can go for another Rock Slide and do one more before fainting. They got the boost in the process, so that's why they will try to farm me down here with those charms, but it doesn't matter because I can still go for the Disarming Voice and the kill against that Tokigis. Snorlax returns into the battle, so that means that I can go for a Moonblast and then perhaps switch out to my Gyarados. Yeah, here is the switch. At the back, they have a Gardevoir. What is this, trainers? Just gonna get there with that crunch, able to deliver fast and hard-hitting damage to that Pokemon, and now Snorlax stands absolutely no chance at all. We're just gonna block the moves here and try to finish off the battle with that final crunch, able to chunk away the final HP points out of that Snorlax, and that's gonna be a fantastic win. Florges into Gyarados. Okay, we can play with that, especially if they have Dragon Breath, which they do, looking pretty solid. And we're just gonna go ahead and take the first move, no reason to panic or whatever. Aqua Tail is still an Aqua Tail, so we're just gonna go for that Moonblast, massive damage on the Gyarados. And now we have put at the point that the Disarming Voice can absolutely finish it off. Gonna get hit by the Aqua Tail. Of course we can still survive since Dragon Breaths do about 1 damage, I believe. So here comes now that Disarming Voice of mine, and one more for the kill. Are they gonna double block their own Gyarados? Of course they are, so why not just stay in there, get me farmed down, and now I can definitely take those moves on my Gyarados while I can start charging up on my energy. That was a crunch, which means now that we can farm down, and at this point they have the Dragonite at the back and they are shieldless. You love to see it. We're just gonna spend the shield here because that was unfortunate reaching to the CMP, but still pretty good because now look at how much damage we are gonna do on the Dragonite. They got the Metagross, we got the Excadrill, and they got algorithmed over there. Dragonite against our Fairy type Pokemon, the next one, pretty cool lead of course, and they have an Excadrill on the switch. So this is obviously a very good matchup for my Waterfall Pokemon, but still the Rock Slide can hurt a lot for the second time. We cannot take it, able to get the shield here for my opponent, which is a very nice scenario I believe, but still we got a very nice and hard check for that Dragonite, and that is gonna be the Florges, which means now that even if they farm it down, I can still go in with the Florges, completely farm them down in return, and I'm just gonna throw the move on the third Pokemon which just came in because I will not need that energy for the Dragonite. It is of course the Mamoswine, and because they blocked, I'm pretty comfortable here with my Excadrill. Gonna get there to the Drill Run, and at this point I'm just gonna spend a shield, I believe, no reason at all to risk it, so spending the shield will almost guarantee my win over here, especially with them spending a shield in return, since now I can go in safely with my Florges and absolutely wrecking them apart, outspeeding to the move because I need only 5 of those Fairy Winds while they need 6, and of course even if they have a Hurricane, I don't think that would be a favorable matchup for the Dragonite at this state that it is. Tokigis now in the next one, up on the lead, looking pretty even, I believe, but still we have to go for those Moonblasts because a Moonblast will put it less than 50%, and now Gyarados can go in. Some Tokigises sometimes stay, some others they do not, so if they stay in, they go for that Ancient Power and things can get tricky there, but this trainer decided to go ahead and bring their own safe Pokemon, the Snorlax, and at this point I'm just gonna pressure even more with my Gyarados. I'm pretty sure I can take this move without any problem at all. I do not want to spend any shields at all because I do not have the move Aqua Tail on my Gyarados, so that means that if I shielded there, well, my Outrage and Crunch would both be resisted by Tokigis, and that shield would mean nothing, while now I have a lot of energy to spare from my Excadrill. So that was a pretty cool win-win situation for me, not blocking there and still going down. They have at the back the Swampert, and hopefully now we have a lot of energy, so the third Drill Run will surely provoke a shield out of that Pokemon, and they are at their 8th Mud Shot. I don't know if you counted, but they have 8 great. So one more, and that is gonna be an energy dry Swampert. Gonna block the move because I know this Hydro Cannon is gonna do a lot of damage, perhaps more than a flamethrower at this point. So I'm just gonna try and get there to the Disarming Voice for the finishing blow against Togekiss. It will happen, down it goes, and that's gonna be a fantastic win as well. Miguel will be our next opponent with a Gyarados up on the lead. Do they have Dragon Breath? No, this is gonna be a Waterfall version, and Waterfall version with Aqua Tail is still pretty tricky for our Fairy type Pokemon here. Able to get the shield out of them, and I will try to catch the Aqua Tail, but I cannot. But now they're gonna throw before they go ahead and switch out, so they respond with the Garchomp. They wanted to put us at the point that the Dragon Tail can farm us down, but guess what, trainers? We got the outrage. You love to see it. Out of there that Garchomp goes, and that is looking pretty awesome for us. We're gonna get farmed down in the process, but to be honest, I don't care at all, because now my Excadrill might have the upper hand for the end game. So Aqua Tail here on my shield, and I just have to land the Moonblast to finish off this Gyarados. Are they gonna expect it? Of course they are. Okay, so they managed to block, but still we got a shield and that Excadrill against their Metagross. And you know what? I'm not gonna fully power up my move here, because I know I can farm down and they can for sure reach to a move here, so no reason at all to go for the excellent, just for the great. You never know what will happen on the end game, and I'm just gonna press here immediately that Rock Slide for the overkill against that flying type Pokemon, and we're looking at a pretty solid win. Dragonite once again is gonna be a very good lead for our Florges, and this is why I love Florges up on the lead. It's looking pretty solid against most threats, even against a Magnezone for example. It can still stay in while you are not gonna throw your Gyarados in there, because double Moonblast can still threat a whole Magnezone, and you can get there without spending a shield, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Gonna get there now to the outrage. Big damage on the Dragonite, so overly hyped for that Gyarados as a safe switch. I really recommend it to you. Outrage is always gonna catch your opponent off guard, especially on the switch, and you're gonna have a much better time overall. Gonna get there now to the Drill Run. They are gonna block it, and of course we stand on the higher ground, and I will try to forsake here a Meteor Mass, and that was gonna be a Meteor Mass for sure. So yeah, gonna keep that shield for the end game, and all I want to do now is to reach as soon as possible to another Drill Run and finish them off, because I know their switch timer is coming up. And how do I know that? Because my switch timer is also coming up, and we do not like that. So here comes now the Dragonite, and they stand no chance at all, completely getting walled over there. That was an amazing win, and now let's focus into the final one, trainers, with the Metagross up on the lead. We have to get out of there, because my Gyarados is gonna have a much better matchup overall, and of course I have another hard check for that Metagross with Excadrill, and that's why I enjoy teams like this, due to that amazing synergy that they have. Gotta get there now to the outrage. Big damage and lethal on the Dragonite. What a final battle that is. They return now with the Metagross, and we have totally flipped around that really bad lead with our Florges. So we're looking at a pretty solid matchup now with our Excadrill doing a lot of work with those back-to-back Drill Runs. They are gonna block twice, actually one time, okay, that was my mistake, and now they go in with a Gyarados. You know what, we have a very good matchup here with our Florges, but still the match is not over. We have to land the big move if we want to have any chance at all in beating them down, but instead I go for the Disarming Voice. They are not gonna block it, and that was a pretty smart play by my enemy. At this point they block the second one, so you know what, I'm just gonna take the move. Down I go to that waterfall, but still I can reach to the Rock Slide before they do much more damage at me. Down they go, and now Metagross will return to the fight. This time I have to spend the shield, because even the Meteor Mask can be deadly, and I will just reach much faster than them to the charge attack, finish them off, and grab this amazing victory. Thank you for watching, trainers. Thank you for staying till the end. That is gonna be all for today. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.